Hey guys, Archers here and welcome to the Stanley Parable. I know so many other people have played this game, but there's just so much to it. And I got it ages ago and I played through it a few times, but you know, I never got all the endings. So, here I am. I don't think it's meant to be a white square on there. Oh well. So, begin the game. The end is never the end is never the end is loading. It's just, from what it is, it's just a unique idea. Because like you can play all those RPGs and everything, they're like, you know, choose your own story. It's like, so if you do something, they will remember this or they will remember that.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
This isn't like that.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
That seems
And
fun.
although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
What?
Stanley
No.
was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Oh no.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something
poor
was very
Stanley.
clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
What if I don't want it? He doesn't really walk, he kind of runs. Does. Okay, let us go.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Really?
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Are you sure?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Well, sorry. I'm just turning off everyone's computers, you know. Save power, save the environment. You know, all that sort of stuff. Hello?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
See, this is where you get the choices, because like I can go this way, or I can go this way. So I'm up for the normal storyline, and then it closes so you can actually go back through.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Tips for not getting fired. Let Bob decided to take up passive aggressively, resent co-workers for not supporting you more. Oh god. Stripes, things, money, more money, things, but with money to buy. God damn it. Ah, broom closet. Hey, this door actually opens.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
No, I want to stay here. Why is there radiation? Or is that
There
just...
was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
You say that, but there's got to be something. Secret passageway or...
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Sweet FA. Gee, nice.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yes.
Standing around doing nothing?
Yes.
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Because I can. See, it's just something like it just picks up they've been here for.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
See, it's like, you know, it's read that's still in here. It's like, okay, so I'm defying
Maybe
you.
to you, this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Is there a broom closet ending? See, now that he said that, it kind of makes me think that, you know, if I stand
Stanley
here...
was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Aw.
He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Oh my god! Oh, what else is he
Well,
going
I've come
say?
to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
He's going to say anything else, or is that it? Come on, you got to have something else. Nah, that seems to be it. Okay.
Second player, it's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any work. Coming to a staircase,
Oh.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'll go upstairs. So I'll try to do it. I'll do it. Not try. I'll do it mostly normal for the first round. Let's take you to the bathroom. Oh. Whoa.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Oh, but
Yet
did I?
incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Ooh.
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I did that. Press the button. Bye. Oh, this is really slow. Oh, there we go. Got some speed now. Oop, loading. Where are we going now?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did
Okay.
he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Or I can go escape. Ooh, I'll go mind control. Do what the voice says. Oh, what button will I press?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
There's no run.
Now the monitors jumped to life.
Oh,
Their
he got
true
fired.
nature revealed.
He's fired.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Just wondering if there's a secret in one of these screens. Like, you know, there's somebody watching the camera or something.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Stanley gonna have a breakdown?
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control?
Stanley's gonna have
Never.
a mental
It was
breakdown.
unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
1, 2. Where's the 3? That's a 5. Oh. What do we got? Mind control idle and waiting input.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power,
Shock
he knew
risk.
it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Or should I? Yeah, I will. Oop, I broke it. Okay. Why is everything so dark?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Those birds.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
Yeah, see,
Where
it's talking
had
about
his
itself.
co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking,
Realized that he didn't
but
care.
happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been
That's
to
really
understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives,
Looks
it
like
will
somewhere
be
in
his.
Europe.
And that was all
Stone
that he
walls
needed to
and-
know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze
want to
upon
look
his
back at
skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense
controlling it
possibility
anymore.
of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
Oh,
And Stanley was happy.
no. Poor little Stan. Not poor little Stanley. Lucky little Stanley. And the end is never the end. Okay, and we're back to the start again, so...
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Okay, so he's already talking differently. Wonder if... what happened? I know it's crazy, but if I...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. I know that this way loops back around to the boss's office.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah. Ooh, lost my mouse for a second.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, but eager to get back to business. Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, I'm not gonna. I feel like just going completely out of it.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Do not lie. If you're lying right now, stop. Oh. Don't jump from cargo, therefore it's in motion. Penalty for misuse cargo with 1,000. Penalty for jumping, 5,000.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really.
There's a truck down
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you. What? Really?
Yeah.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Danger everywhere.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
There you go.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Blue door.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Nope, blue door.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through
the
red
blue door.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see, there's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
I'm sorry.
Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Well, just because, you know, be nice to him some stage.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door?
Because I always took the one you didn't want me to
instinct,
take.
Mostly. A calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul.
No, you didn't.
You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try.
The voice
Here,
is just so
based
good.
on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Okay. Worldwide leaderboard. What do we got? Tow doors to attempts. I'm trying to skip the intro sequence. Only worse 3% of players choose the blue door. Nah, 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 nah. Okay, I'm gonna go through this one.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors?
How about no?
Again, honest answers, please.
No.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
What is it?
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will
Should
really
I save it?
But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Oh, so it's just that. It doesn't slide back, just whatever.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do.
You're left a bit right.
Out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game?
Okay.
Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
Play some Halo.
Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Loading. Hey!
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But
Yep.
is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley.
I can't jump.
Will it ever be enough?
Dun dun
Well,
dun.
I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house.
Good job.
This will go here. No, here. And then... Let's see, what does it need?
He's having too much fun,
yes,
though.
of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy.
Oh, gee, thanks.
But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
Oh, I can't close it. Let me explore more. I wanna climb the mountains. Fine, I'll explore your crappy little house.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything.
Oh,
yes, yes, yes.
God.
Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Okay. There you go.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
No. If I left click its keyboard.
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
But I was gonna find the diamonds. Oh, don't know when this one's gonna end. Like,
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love
this
it.
is Portal.
You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
There you go. Onwards. Yeah, this is Portal.
Ooh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte. Genius.
Oh, thanks.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of the...
No. Ta-da! Can I fall off? This is really dark. Oh! I can fall off. Let's go back. But can't say, is this gonna go back to the start? Hello? My friend's gone. Hello? I don't know where I'm meant to be going. I didn't mean to fall off the edge and get lost. It's just me or my footsteps getting louder. 4, 2, 3. Oh, look, a light. 4, 2, 5. There we go. 4, 2, 7. What am I meant to be doing? Did I break the game?
I wonder what he found.
What?
If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back.
Okay.
The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Oh. Are we back at the start? Oh, it's different now. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to leave this here. Thank you so much for watching. This has been the Stanley Parable. If you'd like to see more, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And say which ways you think I should go. Whether I should go through the left door and then go through the right door, and God knows what else. There's so much to do. It's like go on the first way. You could see that there's either go monitor room or escape. So it's like there's another way. There's just ways everywhere. Where I jumped off the platform, could jumped off a different way, could jump down. Yeah. So yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching. The Stanley Parable will be in the description below. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. See you guys.